Hi guys, I hope you are all doing well. Let's see today's question. So today's question we are taking this up from the topic of conics, and if I talk about the question, we are taking it up from the concepts of hyperbola and ellipse. And if I talk about the question given to us here, it says that a common tangent t is present to the curves C1 and C2. The curve C1 has the equation x square over 4 plus y square over 9 equals 1, and the curve C2 has the equation x square over 42 minus y square over 143 equals 1. That tangent which is present, it says it does not pass through fourth quadrant. And further, the question tells us that if that tangent t, it touches this curve C1 at x1 y1 and curve C2 at x2 y2, then we have been asked what is the value of mod of 2x1 plus x2 equals to. So if I figure out the answer choices, they are 10, 20, 30, and 40. So we need to figure out which one of the answer choices is the correct answer for this expression given to us. Let's try to solve this question further. So if I try to solve this question, first of all, I have my curve C1 given as x square over 4 y square over 9 equals 1. So if I compare it with my general form of ellipse, it's x square plus by a square plus y square divided by b square equals 1. So from here I get a square is 4 and b square is 9. That gives me a as plus minus 2 and b as plus minus 3. So these are the two values given to us. Now, if I talk about the second curve C2, x square over 42 minus y square over 143 equals 1. So that if I see and compare with the general form, this is the equation of ellipse we know, and this, because of the minus sign present, it's equation for the hyperbola. And if I compare it with my general form x square by a square minus y square by b square equals 1, a square is 42, b square it's 143. So that is given to us. Now, if I try to first graph this entire situation, I have been given this is x-axis, let's say this is y-axis. We know the ellipse that b square is greater than a square. So your ellipse will look something like this. So it touches here at plus 3 and minus 3, and it touches here as 2 as minus 2. So your ellipse looks something like this. So this is your ellipse, and you have your hyperbola also. A square is 42 and b square is 143. So it will look something like this. So this is your ellipse and the hyperbola present. Now we have been told that a common tangent passes through these two figures, ellipse and hyperbola, but it does not pass through fourth quadrant. So that is given to us that this tangent should not pass through fourth quadrant. So if I draw a tangent, tangent means it touches the curve at one single point. So it touches it here and passes through like this. So I can see it can be only this type of line where it does not pass through fourth quadrant. Because if I draw a tangent like this, it will pass through fourth quadrant. If I draw a tangent like this, it will also pass through fourth quadrant. So I understand there can be only one line here which will pass through fourth quadrant. And when I see this line has basically positive slope. How do I understand it as a positive slope? If you see while moving to the right, if I see in the first and fourth quadrant, while moving to the right, my line is going up. That basically represents it's an ascending line, and ascending line always have a positive slope. So as your x is increasing, the y is also increasing. So since the y and x both are increasing, the difference in x and y will also have same sign. And slope is nothing but difference in y coordinates over difference in x coordinates. Since this is also positive, this is also positive, positive over positive will give you a slope positive. Even if this is negative, this also then becomes negative. So negative over negative will still give you a positive value. So you understand that this line has a positive slope. Now let's talk about the equation of tangents to this curves, ellipse and hyperbola. So for tangents, we have one condition for both of them. So let's talk about first of all ellipse. So for ellipse, we know that the tangent condition, it is c square is equal to a square m square plus b square. So from here you get c square, a square here we have been told that is 4, b square here it is 9. So 4 m square plus 9. So this is one equation. The other condition for hyperbola, it says c square a square m square minus b square. So from here I get c square as 42 m square minus 143. So you have both of the conditions for the tangency for both of the curves, ellipse and hyperbola. Now once you know both the conditions, you see the left hand sides in both of them is same c square. And we are having that common tangent touching the two curves, ellipse and hyperbola. So if left hand sides are equal and if I equate the right hand sides also now, 4m square plus 9 is equals to 42m square minus 143. That gives me 38m square because 42m square and this 4m square comes to the right and becomes minus 4. So you get 38m square and this becomes 9 plus 143. So 152 equals 38m square. Dividing by 38, I get m square as 152 divided by 38. 38 ones, 38 fours, m square is 4, and that gives me m value or the slope value as plus or minus 2. Now once I have plus and minus 2 as the slope, I understand from the given line, we already talked about this, that the line has a positive slope. So m equals to minus 2 is not even possible, and when this is not possible, the only value I'm left with is plus 2. So you get the slope of the line as plus 2. Now once you have the slope of the line, you put that in any one of the tangency conditions so that you get the value for c as well, that is the y-intercept. So c square is given to me as, if I put it in the first one, 4m square plus 9. So 4 into 2 square plus 9, and that gives me 4 into 4 plus 9. So 16 plus 9, which is 25. That gives me c value as plus or minus 5. So c basically means you have y-intercept, so it can be either plus 5 or minus 5, but I see that my line passes through positive slope. It does not intersect in the fourth quadrant. So negative y-intercept is also not possible. And since negative y-intercept is also not possible, this minus 5 also cannot be possible. So that is also rejected. And from here, I get the final value for C as plus 5. Once I have both of that, I get the equation of tangent. That is nothing but equation of line y equals to mx plus c, where m is the slope, which we have just got that as 2. So y equals to 2x plus c is your y-intercept. That also we just found out, and that turns out to become 5. So you got the equation of tangent y equals to 2x plus 5. Now once you got that, you understand that equation of tangent, that tangent passes through the ellipse, it also passes through the hyperbola. So when it passes through the ellipse, that tangent will satisfy the equation of ellipse. So I will use the idea of y as 2x plus 5 and put that in the equation of ellipse, that is x square over 4 plus y square over 9 equals 1. So I have my equation of ellipse. So in that, if I put x square over 4, y I know 2x plus 5 over 9 equals 1. So from here I get 9x square plus 4 times 2x plus 5 the whole square over 36 equals 1. So 1 into 36, which is 36. That gives me 9x square plus 4, 2x plus 5 the whole square. So a plus b the whole square, a square. So 4x square plus 2ab. So 2 into 5, which is 20x plus b square, which is 25, equals 36. 9x squared, 16x squared, 80x, 100 equals 36. So from here I get 25x squared plus 80x plus 64 equals 0. So from here I can write that as 5x the whole squared. 64 I can write as 8 squared. So I have a square plus b square, but I need 2ab also. So 2 into a into b. So if I write this in the form 2 into 5, 10, 10 into 8, 80. So I understand this is entirely a perfect square. Can be written as 5x plus 8 the whole square equals 0. So you get this. If I further solve this, I get 5x plus 8 equals 0. And 5x plus 8 gives me x as minus 8 over 5. Now we have been told that the tangent t touches the curve C1 at point x1, y1. So when it touches the curve at point x1, y1, this basically becomes the value of x, which is nothing but x1. Now, putting x1 as minus 8 by 5, you can also find y, but you can get y1 also, but I don't need y1. I just need to find the value of this entire expression, so I just need to find x1 and x2. So we are not going to find y1. Now let's also find out x2. So we have been told that same tangent touches the curve C2 also, that is your hyperbola. This is your curve C2 at point x2 comma y2. So from that, if I put y as 2x plus 5 in this equation of hyperbola, I'll get the value of x2 also. So my equation of hyperbola was x square over 42 minus y square over 143 equals 1. So x square over 42 minus y square over 143 equals 1. So if I put that again here, y was 2x plus 5, 143 I'm writing as it is. So you get 143x squared minus 42. This entire thing a plus b the whole squared becomes a square. So 4x squared plus 2 into 2, 4 into 5, 20. So 20x plus 25. It's equals to 143 into 40. Further, if I solve this, 143x squared minus 42 into 4, if I multiply, let's see what I get. So 42 into 4, 4 2s 8, 4 4s is 16. So you get 168x squared plus or minus. So let's put minus. Yeah. So you get minus. Now this was 42. So 42 into 20. So 42 into 2 is 84. So you get 840x and 42 into 25 if I solve it. Let's figure out that also. So 42 into 25. 25 twos is 55. 25 fours is 100. 105. So you get 1050. So minus 105. So 1050 and 143 into 42. So you get 143 into 2, which is 286, 0. 4 threes is 12, 1. 4 fours is 16, 17. 4 ones, 4, 5. So you get 6, 10, 10, 6. So you get 6006. Now further, if I solve this, I get 143x square minus 168. So minus 25x square minus 840x is minus 1050 and 6006. So 6006 plus 1050. So you get from here 6501. So you get 7056 equals 0. Now further, if I try to solve this, I'll multiply throughout by minus 1. So your expression becomes 25x squared plus 840x plus 7056 equals 0. So I can write 25x squared as 5x the whole square. And 7056 also would be a square of something, but let's figure out this first. So 840, if I try to write it in the form of 2ab, I can write that as 2 into 5x into So it is 10x already, and 840 divided by 10 is 84. So let's just figure out if 7056 is the square of 84. So I'll get the perfect square. So 4 4s is 16, 1 4 8 is 32, 33, 0, 8 4 is 32, 3, 8 8 is 64, and 3, so 67. So you get 6, 5, 0, 1. Yeah, you get 7056, and you can write this as 84 square. So again in the form of a square plus 2ab plus b square. So you get a plus b the whole square equals 0. And further, if I solve it, I get 5x2 equals minus 84, and x2 becomes minus 84. Since this tangent touches the parabola at x2, y2, you get the value of x2 as minus 84. Now again, you can find y2 also, but you don't need to find, because you just need the mod of the expression, which consists of x1 and x2. So if I do that now, mod of 2x1 plus x2, let's solve for that. So mod of 2x1 plus x2 is equals to mod of 2. X1 we just figured out, it was minus 8 over 5, and x2 also we just figured out, it was minus 84 over 5. So you get from this entire expression, this is minus 16 over 5, this is minus 84 over 5, and that gives me minus 100 over 5 in the mod. That gives you minus 20 in the mod, and mod of minus 20 basically becomes 20. So you get the answer for the question here, and that, if you see, matches with option B. So B becomes the correct answer for the question given to us here. I hope you have understood how to solve this type of questions. So what we did first of all was we found the condition of tangency for the ellipse and hyperbola. We equated them to get our slope, that makes it plus 2, and then once I solved that, I got my y-intercept as plus 5. So I got my equation of tangent. Once I got that equation of tangent, I just put it in the value of ellipse and hyperbola to get my points x1 and x2. And once I got x1 and x2, I just put that in the expression required, and that gave me answer as 20. That matches with option B. So B becomes the correct answer here for the question given to us. I'll see you again tomorrow with some other question from some other topic, and we are going to continue our series of questions on JEE mains. So stay tuned for more videos to roll out. Also, if you're enjoying these videos that we are doing every day, please do like the videos as well, and do subscribe to my channel, and share these videos with your friends also, who are involved in the preparation of questions on JEE, so they can also take the benefit from these questions which we are solving on everyday basis. Thank you.